good? Silk, what's good? Everybody, what's good? We're here. We're here. We're here in the no cap zone where we have a strict dress code. Knock it off with all of that cap. All we care about is the truth. All we care about is the facts. So when you're coming to the no cap zone, show some respect and knock it off with the Colin Kaepernick cap. Knock it off with that Captain Crunch, Captain Save a Ho. Knock it off with the cap. What up, Silk? What up? Knock it off. I mean, seriously, miss me with that Captain shit. Don't want to hear it. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Don't give a damn about none of that. All I care about is the truth, right? Anybody and everybody could convince me of anything if you present a great argument, especially if you buttress it with facts supported by evidence, data that's verifiable, peer-reviewed data that we can verify. Yep, this seems to align with reality. But what do you know? People are constantly failing at the maths and the sciences because they don't know what the hell they're talking about at all. Because if they did, they would show us, we wouldn't have any of these problems. We would be totally fine. But instead, we live in a land where so many people subscribe to all these ridiculous ideas, belief systems. They want to purport it as true so bad. Maya, what's good? What's good? These people want to believe, so many people want to believe all this nonsense on a constant basis, and they can't demonstrate to us that what they are saying, what they are asserting is actually true, and that it is useful in some tangible, meaningful way that's actually helpful, useful, that it can actually help us here in America and throughout the world. So that's why the theme for today is that delusion is not wisdom. Delusion is not wisdom. See, for the longest time, humanity was largely ignorant. That's why human suffering has been a consistent theme throughout all of history. We've had all types of people suffer from various conditions, living conditions, health conditions, persecutions, all these different things. And yet, the fact of the matter is that people far and wide had no idea why these things would happen. They had no idea why these things were happening. They tried their best to make sense of it all, despite being ignorant as hell. So they came up with these ideologies, these belief systems, these worldviews that they thought made some kind of sense. Well, now in the modern age, we have this thing called the scientific method. And the scientific method is our greatest tool for understanding the nature of nature, the nature of reality. And there's still so much for us to learn, so much for us to discover, so much for us to figure out. And yet, there's still so much ground to cover, and there's still so many people out here. Oh, Woj retired. Damn. There's so many people out here that believe all kinds of nonsense. They are far too numerous, they're far too wide, and it makes it difficult for us to actually get to the bottom of understanding truth, understanding reality as it is, and not just as people hope it to be or claim it to be, assert it to be, believe it to be, think it to be, hope it to be. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. If the Lord was real, y'all would show us. I believe it, Maya. I believe it. Exactly. Same here in Chicago. It don't matter where you're at, right? Unless you're in a place like Austin, right? Or a place like, I can't even say. Because America is the capital of the world. People love them some Jesus all over this motherfucker. I mean, damn near everybody. Everybody is believing in the nonsense. They're believing in the Jesus. They're believing in the Allah. But it's mostly Jesus. It's mostly the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. See, the thing is, you have the triune Trinity, the triumvirate. Because the thing is, there's three, but then there's like one, but they're like three and one. It's like 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. I done read and read and read all through the Bible. I done taken all types of theology classes at my Christian college. I've done fellowship and all different types of churches, been in all types of Bible studies. I've been at multiple different denominations of churches, whether you're talking about CRC, Baptist, Kojic, Lutheran. Pick your freaking brand of delusion. I've seen it all. What I don't see is them actually contributing positively to humanity. What I don't see is them contributing positively to collective human wisdom, helping us to understand and discover various aspects of reality that actually help improve our quality of life, that actually help improve our neighborhoods, help improve the state of America. I've never seen it in my life. You know that's all I deal with, Maya. That's all it's about. That's all I care about is facts. I don't care about none of that cap and shit. That's why I created the No Cap Zone, because all we care about is facts around here. We live in a land that is polluted with bullshit. That's why pollution is so fucking bad here. That's why fucking climate change is one of our biggest issues, because we have huge portions of the population that don't even believe it's real. They don't even believe it's real. That's how delusional they are. They want to say, well, if it is real, well, then it must be God's will. Nothing to see here, folks. The Lord said that we're just going to suffer and that we shouldn't do anything about it. What kind of lazy ass mindset is that? I'll tell you what kind of mindset it is. It's suicidal. Yeah, it's suicidal. It is mass delusion that's suicidal in nature. It is a suicidal mindset. It's the mindset of, hey, everybody, we could actually try to do the hard work of figuring things out, learning things, performing experiments. But that's too hard. It's too hard. Science is hard. Math is hard. So you know what we're going to do instead? We're going to loosely read this ancient sci-fi fantasy bullshit. We're going to let some charlatan tell us that we just got to believe in the Lord Jesus. Believe in the Lord Jesus. Don't you understand? The Lord told me to tell you that the Lord said that he give it and he take it away. He gonna give you as long as you give me your money. Give me your money. And one day, I swear to you, I swear for God, on for them, I swear for God, on bro, on my mama, some bullshit. No, I'm telling you, if you just believe and give me all your money, one day in the far future, sometime, somewhere, something good may happen, possibly. They never tell you that despite all of that, bad shit can still happen to you. You can still lose your life, and you can suffer from some health ailment, or one of your family members might suffer from it, and that you can just keep giving us your money, and that shit can still happen. But it's the Lord. The Lord works in mysterious ways. Don't you understand? The Lord works in mysterious ways. Jesus. See, it was in God's will. It was God's will for your baby to die at 2 days old. Don't you see? That was the Lord telling you. It just wasn't his or her or its time. Don't you understand? The Lord said that if you just live your life and dedicate your life to Jesus, whatever. Well, I'm here to say that is no longer acceptable in the modern age. Now that we have all this new technology, all this new innovations, these new discoveries, new techniques for surgeries and extending human life and eradicating diseases and genetic disorders and what have you, there is no good reason as to why we can't continue to build upon the successes that we have made up to this point. There is no good reason to say, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to do that. Science, yuck, no. And look, I'm not saying everybody has to be a scientist. Everybody has to be a mathematician. That everybody has to be in the field doing the work. But people must understand that these are two of our most powerful tools for understanding reality, because they help us to figure shit out. Quantum physics, astrophysics, All of this shit is science and math. We would not have the knowledge and wisdom that we do have if the people weren't doing the work. And the irony is that when people do figure out shit, it's these theists, it's these theistic institutions that want to suppress it, that want to deny it, that want to excommunicate people from society for discovering things that coincide with their fucking bullshit. Because they know that they're full of shit. Because if their shit was true, why would you have a problem with knowledge and information? If the Lord was real, as I said on TikTok, that means the Lord has a complete mastery of the math and sciences. It would know how to manipulate all of that shit. It could say, okay, I'm going to create this type of universe where you and her and him and they and all of y'all are here, right now, at this point in time, 2:11 p.m. Central Standard Time on September the 18th, 2024, AD. So why is it that theists are so averse, so opposed to the maths and the sciences? Why do they hate it so much? Oh, you believe in the Big Bang? Don't make me laugh. Don't you see? Don't you see? The Lord said it and Big Bang it happened. Ha ha! Checkmate. But then you start to question them on what they're saying and what they believe and what they think. And you say, okay, well, where's the Lord? So he, she, it, whatever pronoun it goes by, where are they, whatever, where is it? And how can we communicate with it so it can explain properly to us this process? You know, because y'all have such a fucking direct connection. It talks to you and it tells you this, that, and the third. Why doesn't it tell you how to cure any disease? Why doesn't it tell you how to solve any problem in the world? Why doesn't it inform you of how to fix any of the problems that we see? Why doesn't it tell you how we can stop all the abuses, all of the rapes, all the killings, the genocides, the incest, the homelessness, the world hunger, anything that's actually useful? Why doesn't the Lord give you this information? Jay, what up, fam? What up? Hit that like button, my guy. Hit that like button, please. Please hit that like button for your boy. Know what I mean? That's what we need. But we live in a world full of delusional people who think that believing this thing is so useful and so helpful and so wonderful and amazing and just so great. Oh, I love this thing. I love the thing. It loves me and it loves you and it loves this and it loves that. But it doesn't love us enough to actually help us in any tangible, meaningful way, in any useful way. Because last time I checked, I'm on the 9 right now, on the south side of Chicago. And if you know anything about the south side of Chicago, you know people getting shot, stabbed, raped, beat, dying of various diseases. Where's the Lord to help us with that? All these churches around me, all the time, everywhere, every day, yet all these problems still persist around me, despite everybody, I mean everybody around me, believing in the sci-fi fantasy nonsense. Why then can't it show us how to fix any of these problems? Why can't it give theists the schematics on how we can fix shit, how we can solve shit, how we can actually accomplish things that actually directly improve our quality of life? You mean to tell me we got Christians in various political offices right now? That we have Christians that own all types of businesses, multi-billion-dollar, multinational fucking corporations, and yet the problems appear to be worsening. We got more people failing in the math and sciences. We got more people homeless around here. People want to bust migrants in. So we have more poor people and less resources for everybody, despite 10 people being worth more than $1 trillion. 10. I forgot to make that post I was going to make yesterday. 10 people. are worth more than $1 trillion. 10. So you mean to tell me that between those 10 motherfuckers, we can't solve any of the problems that we have in life? We can't solve any of the problems that we face as a nation, as a global population? How does that even remotely make sense? Please explain to me how this makes any sense. I'm confused. All this wealth, all these organizations, all these institutions, all these believers all over the world, and they can't help solve shit. Check this out. Check this out. My bad. Press the button. My bad. Oh, thanks, my guy. My bad. My bad. Accidentally turned my mic off. My bad, y'all. Technical error. I was hacked. No, I pressed the mute button by accident. Thanks for letting me know though. No, you're not going crazy. It's just me fucking up. But see, you see that? You see how hard that was for me to admit that I fucked up? My bad, y'all. I fucked up, guys. But what up, though? What up, though? So why is it so difficult for all of these people to admit when they fuck up? To admit that they make mistakes and that maybe they didn't make the best decisions in the world. Exactly. They have no accountability and no integrity. That's why I get so mad. Oh, my bad. My bad. All right. So what I was saying was, all right, I'm going to make sure I don't press the button this time. These are the 10 people. These are the 10 people who are the wealthiest people in the fucking world. 10 people. 10 of them. And between them all, this is how each of them are supposedly worth. And so what I was saying was, I didn't do the math, right? I didn't add up all these numbers, but just by looking at it, it's clear to see that that's clearly over $1 trillion. Clearly over $1 trillion between 10 people. 10 people. The richest people in the fucking world. According to carbonfinance.io, data as of September 14th. Oh, that was 4 days ago. Bloomberg Billionaires Index. And yet, as I was saying, we got all these issues that still persist in reality. We have all these issues in our society that still persist. Now, I'm not saying, oh, these dudes could save the world, that they could solve every problem. But I mean, considering their network, they could certainly help. But what did I show y'all yesterday? what I showed y'all was this bitch ass fool, Larry Ellison. His solution is, hey, let's build a surveillance state. Yeah, that's it. That's the solution. Let's build a surveillance state. Yeah, world hunger, poverty, homelessness, mental health. Nah, we don't need to address that. Let's build an AI surveillance state so we can watch everybody all the fucking time. And then if somebody commits a crime, we can say, ha, got you, take you to prison so private prisons can make more and more money. Yeah, don't we all want to be on that list? Of course we do. That would be so wonderful. Oh yeah, we're living in 1984. We're living in it. That big brother in the sky, I mean, you know, apparently he's broke as fuck because he's always in need of money. Like the late great George Carlin said, he always needs money. He always needs your money. So God can do all this fucking shit. He can create everything. He can fucking create the universe. He can create you, me, all of this around here. He just, for some reason, he lacks a money printer for some reason. For some reason, he just can't figure out how to manufacture money. So he needs yours for some reason. He was able to create you, right? But somehow he was able to create money, but he can't create money for himself. I don't know. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. And that is the issue. These people don't get it either. That's the reality. They don't get it. They don't want to get it because they are taught not to get it. They are taught not to want to get it and understand it. People are not taught to want to understand. They're taught to just believe some goofy sci-fi fantasy bullshit. Shut the fuck up. And if these people are so amazing, well, then that's because the Lord said it. Don't you understand? The Lord loves rich people. He absolutely loves rich people. For some reason, he didn't love Steve Jobs that much. All that richiness, and yet he still died of cancer. I don't know. And that's how somebody earlier said, oh, yeah, there's a cure for cancer. You just got to be super rich to get it. And I'm like, okay, well, then why did Steve Jobs, super duper rich Steve Jobs, why did he die of cancer? I don't know. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Hell yeah, we need to do that shit. In fact, I say this. The military budget and the NASA budget needs to flip. The NASA budget and the military budget needs to flip. We should be increasing the budget for NASA and all the sciences, and we need to be cutting back on the wars and the militarism. But they don't like that. Speaking of which, I was watching this interview with the Green Party presidential candidate Jill Stein. Well, I didn't watch the interview. I just saw a clip, and I didn't even watch the whole clip because I know propaganda when I see it. She was on some goofy-ass show. I don't know the show. I don't know the dude. All I know is the dude really wanted her to say that fucking Vladimir Putin was a war criminal. Why would you say he's a war criminal? See, guys, don't see? She clearly not presidential because she don't want to say that Vladimir Putin a war criminal. He's a warlord. Even though she did say it, but he wants her to say it and say it and say it and say it. And I'm like, okay, even if we accept it, all right, he's a war criminal. As I always say, shouldn't we want our world leaders to, I don't know, work together to help create a better world? No, it wasn't on Breakfast Club. It was some other bullshit, some foreign nonsense. I don't even know. Even though I heard that the Breakfast Club interview was contentious, but I didn't watch it. I don't pay attention to that goofy shit. I don't even watch Breakfast Club like I used to. Because I know the cap when I see it. I know cap when I see it. I already know. But no, it wasn't Charlemagne the God. Oh yeah, it was a good movie, but that's not what she was talking about. It's this radio show in New York on the 106 Power 106 Power 106.3 if I'm not mistaken. Hosted by Charlemagne the God, DJ Envy, formerly Angela Yee, but she left. I'm just saying for those who don't know. But because I don't know what everybody knows, because see, I don't assume shit, because I know shit. I know people don't know shit. But yes, Breakfast Club is a great movie. Great movie. No black people though. Weird. Anyway, it's the fact of the matter is they really wanted Jill Stein to say that Vladimir Putin's a warlord. They really want her to say, yes, Vladimir Putin. Okay, now I'm not gonna sit here and cape for Vladimir Putin. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, Vladimir Putin, that's a swell guy. He's just such a wonderful guy, just the most amazing guy in the world. But at the same time, okay, you say he's a warlord, you say he's a fucking whatever. Okay, now what? He's still the leader of Russia. Okay, saying he's a warlord accomplishes what? And even though we don't like the dude, even though we as a country for some reason are so bent on hating this dude so much, whatever happened to diplomacy? I thought that we were supposed to be on some trying to help the world shit. So how exactly do we help the world if we don't want to work with one of the biggest superpowers? In fact, the second, third biggest superpower behind us, that's armed with nukes, and not just nukes, the Satan II rockets, you know, could destroy the landmass the size of the entire state of Texas. Yeah. Doesn't seem like the type of person that we need to be trying to antagonize, right? There's this concept. It's called MAD. I know y'all know because I talk about it all the time. Mutually assured destruction. Yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest thing in the world because it's not. Oh, if they launch nukes at us, well, then we're going to launch nukes at them, and then we ensure that everybody's fucked. Yeah, that sounds like a great... No, it's not. It's not a great idea at all. As a matter of fact, what the fuck? How does it make sense to even have such a concept like that when we are supposed to be living in a civilized society? Why would we not want world leaders to work together to hash things out, iron things out, so, as Penny brilliantly noted, so that we don't engage in wars where nobody wins? What is the point of mutually assured destruction? What exactly does that solve? What does that help? What does that accomplish other than fucking everybody over? Like, literally fucking us over. Killing us all. Or if not killing us all, ensuring that we have a large land masses that are uninhabitable, harming the environment worse than it already is, and creating an even more dystopian future than the one we currently experience now, where we can't even talk about regular life without having to worry about getting cited for some violation because somebody got their panties in the bunch. Because how dare we say a word? How dare we talk about the truth? How dare we talk about things that actually happen in real life on a daily, constant basis? And how exactly is believing in the Lord, believing in Allah, believing in this bullshit, how does that actually help us? In what ways does it help us? What metrics are any of these fools able to show us that demonstrate that our beliefs, or that their beliefs rather, actually helps us improve in real, tangible, meaningful ways? And that's the problem that all these fools have. They have nothing of value that they can show us at all. At all. And that's why we have the problems that we have. The worst part of it to me is that the clip that I saw this interview in, was in a subreddit called Boring Dystopia, and they were trying to pretend like, oh, the dystopia is that Jill Stein didn't want to just say that Vladimir Putin is evil and terrible. And my whole thing is, all the issues we have, the fucking wars, the fucking environment, all the things we said earlier, homelessness, hunger, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares about that. No, everybody cares about, she didn't want to say that Vladimir Putin evil. Therefore, she's not presidential. Now look, you can feel how you want about her party, any of that shit. I personally don't give a fuck. Really don't care. I really, really, really don't care. But the fact of the matter is, all of this fake fucking virtue signaling ass bullshit means nothing. That's why I don't care about what these goofies have to say. That goes back to what I've talked about before, the framing. Oh, the Teamsters? Of course, because these fools don't help us. It's time that we start getting real with reality, fam. It's time that we start realizing, oh, both parties failed to help us in any tangible, meaningful way. We're talking about job creation, economic empowerment, any of that shit. Wealth inequality is still going up and up and up and up, record after record after record after record after record. And yet, all we get is a bunch of fucking platitudes, more platitudes. We're gonna fix America. We can't go back. We gotta move forward. That's Kamala Harris's bullshit she's been saying. And she took that from the socialists. Ain't that some shit? She literally hijacked the socialist fucking slogan to make it hers. That's so crazy to me. But she offers really nothing tangible that's really showing us what this forward movement is about. Oh, okay. $50,000 for small businesses. Yay, moving forward. $6,000 for new families. Yay, moving forward. Fracking. Yay. Fracking and more fracking. Oil production. Let's keep producing oil. Yay. Yay. Come on, man. These people need to knock it the fuck off with this bullshit. Because it's pissing me off. This is the reason why I do what I do. Because at the end of the day, we need to be focusing on how we can actually solve problems, how we can actually fix issues. Like, actually fix issues. Like, tangibly, reasonably, actually figuring out how to get to the bottom of creating solutions. Because otherwise, I don't understand what these people are talking about. I don't get what these people are talking about. That's why I get so angry that we have all these talking heads that pretend like they know everything, that pretend like everything they say is on the up and up, and at the end of the day, they never seem to have any method for actually addressing these issues seriously, in a serious way, other than thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and the prayers and the prayers. Don't you understand the thoughts and the prayers? Thoughts and prayers, believing in the Lord Jesus Christ and the thoughts and the prayers? Yeah, we do understand. That's why we're done with it. Because last time I checked, we still see all these issues all over the world and in our country. We got places in America that look like third world countries right now. And don't nobody seem to be able to solve any of this shit. They always want to talk about, oh, you got to vote for this party because if you vote for that party, they're going to destroy this, they're going to destroy that. But then they don't show us how they are not destroying this and destroying that. Blows my fucking mind. Yeah. Or even worse, well, yeah, you said it. Places with depleted water sources. You gotta have places in Democrat states like California where they're telling people, hey guys, we need y'all to reduce your water usage while rich ass fucks can fucking just use water all the time for their golf courses and shit. Shit don't make any goddamn sense. Pisses me off. Because that's why I always ask, what exactly are we trying to do? As a nation, as a human race, what exactly are we trying to do? Because if we're actually trying to solve problems, then how are these fucks doing it? Why do we keep supporting the same parties that have demonstrated a consistent ability to fail miserably at actually solving these problems? Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. That's why I asked, what are we trying to do? What is it that we as a human race are trying to accomplish? Are we trying to help create a well-functioning society for ourselves? Because if so, we have to get serious about what exactly that means. And then we have to hold all parties to task with actually doing the shit. Exactly. And that's the thing, Penny. We have been in a state of dystopia this entire time. Humanity's entire existence has been dystopia this whole time. That's the point. We've been in a state of dystopia and we have to fucking break ourselves out of it. We have to break ourselves out of this ridiculous situation where we don't know what the hell is going on. Of course you find it true, because that's all I deal with is truth. All I care about is the truth. All I want to know is the truth. All I want to know is, hey, how do we figure out solutions? Miss me with the platitudes. Miss me with all of this fucking just vote blue no matter who. Because we got Democrats in office right now. Right now. And all the polls are showing that Kamala and Trump are neck and neck and neck and neck. Neck and neck. And I always say, if Democrats were doing such a fantastic job, then why are these elections always so close and contentious? Why are people, if people didn't vote for Jill Stein and they voted for Hillary, she could have won. She lost by like a less than the percent or some shit. And my question is, if Trump is such a goofy, how the fuck are you losing to him? How much must you suck? First of all, to even be in a close race with him. If you had all the greatest fucking ideas, you had all the greatest policies, then the races should never be close. These elections should never be close. Democrats should be able to show us they are doing all the right things, that they have all the best ideas, and that if there are people standing in the way, they can say, okay, well, these two people, these three people, these members of the Congress, these members of the Senate, these governors, these mayors, these whoever the fuck are standing in the way we're trying to do. We're trying to tax the rich. We're literally devoting all of our resources to tax the rich. But see, all these rich people are fucking us over. And so if we want to actually practically tax the rich, here's what we need from you people. First, we need to get this person, that person, these people, those people out of office. We need to get these people in. These people will. They have dedicated. We've all signed a pledge that this is our goal. This is our aim. And then we're going to do all the, okay. And then here's the steps we're going to take. A, B, C, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. They don't do that. They never do that. They give you nice little slogans, nice little tweets, nice tweet here or there, maybe a nice little speech here or there. And then they get in the office and then they're dropping bombs and supporting fucking genocides and shit. And then if you actually like show people these things that they do that aren't the greatest things for them to do, they don't care. They don't care. In fact, it's the opposite. They'll come at you and attack you for telling the truth. They'll accuse you. They'll accuse you of being a Russian bot, a Trump supporter, a lover of fascism. Because how dare you tell the truth about pieces of shit? How dare you expose the truth and then show your sources? Oh yeah, that's definitely what they do. Yeah, according to these people, 2 plus 3 equals a can of paint. The shit ain't adding up. It don't add up. If what they were saying was so true, why would they have such a problem with truth? With us telling the truth. Showing our sources from the most mainstream sources. Of course the math ain't mathing. And what do you know? We live in a nation where the kids and the people far and wide are failing and failing and failing and failing at the math. Failing miserably. I mean miserably. It's disgustingly sad how pathetic Americans have become with the math and the sciences. It sickens me. It sickens me that this is the state of American public discourse and we can't seem to get a handle on actually finding real solutions. And then when these fucks get in the office and they don't make solutions and you talk to people about it, they come with all the excuses. All the excuses in the world. It's religious apologetics. That's why I say religion is politics. Politics is religion. Democrats, Republicans, they can't do no wrong. They're just so wonderfully perfect. And if they're not perfect, it's because that party over there is standing in the way. If only the Democrats, if only they had a super majority, if only they had a super majority, they could do so much. And then when they get a super majority, they do what? Obamacare? That's the best y'all can do. All these other countries got health care for everybody, but the greatest country in the world can't even get a public option. And how long ago was that? Over a decade ago, and these fucks still haven't figured out a way how to figure out how to do any of this shit. In fact, they don't even talk about it. They don't even address it. I didn't see them talk about healthcare for everybody in the presidential debate at all. At all. I didn't see them addressing the national debt, individual debt, the fact that 1/3 of Americans suffer from north of $10,000 of medical debt. All the trillions in student loan debt and credit card debt. Ain't no debt relief. They ain't talking about debt relief. They ain't talking about universal basic income. They ain't talking about none of that shit. And these are our greatest candidates. These are our best candidates for leading the country. The greatest country in the world. Yeah, we're so great. We still got poverty, homelessness, hunger, fucking rape, incest, abuse, all over the country, and we just can't seem to figure it out. We can't figure out how we can address the mental health crisis, the substance abuse crisis, the opioid crisis. Because at the end of the day, they don't want to. Let's just call it a spade. They don't want to. The powers that be benefit greatly from each of these crises that occur. The private prison industry benefits greatly from this state of chaos and dystopia and dysfunction that we find ourselves in. And that is what is standing in the way of progress. Because if they were actually helping us, they would do it. If Democrats wanted to solve these problems, they would actually tackle these things head on. But like Penny just said, their donors don't want that. They don't. They don't. That's why people like Biden were so fervent about the 94 crime bill. That's why they were so fervent about the Iraq war. Biden, Hillary, all these fucks. Yeah, we totally need to go into Iraq. Because something, weapons of mass destruction, something, 9/11! 9/11! Saddam, 9/11, Saddam, Iraq, 9/11, Saddam, Iraq, 9/11. And what did that accomplish? What did that solve? How did that help anyone? How did that help you, me, any American, anybody across the world? How exactly did that help? And then this is the part that kills me. That they sell this idea that and this is not to say anything about any particular veteran of the military, but they love to purport this idea that they're fighting for our freedoms. They're fighting for our freedoms. But if we actually took that quote and really dissected it, what freedom are they fighting for? And how exactly are they fighting for it? What freedom are they fighting for? The fucking AI surveillance state? Because if you ask me, a surveillance state doesn't sound like freedom to me. You know what that sounds like? You know what that sounds like? Sounds like, I don't know. It's this, I think there's like an F word that like, can't seem to put my finger on it. Fashion? Oh, yeah, fascism. Fascism. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Sounds like some dictatorial type of bullshit. Sounds like some dictatorship ass shit. How the hell does that help us? I mean, I can understand how it could help, but considering our government, I don't trust these fucks. Considering these tech companies, I don't trust these fucks. When we're on fucking TikTok, we state facts, show articles by mainstream organizations, they can't stand it. So how can we trust these same tech companies to do the right thing and ensure that society is being helped? How do we ensure that they're actually doing a good job when TikTok does the worst? We can say, yeah, women deserve rights. Hate speech. I heard about it. I heard about that. I don't know exactly what the deal is with that, with the beepers in the Middle East, but I believe it. I put nothing past government at all. Considering the precedents that have already been set, I put nothing past them, ever. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. I mean, our government has done way worse things just in the recent past. So I don't put anything above them. That's why they can't stand me. That's why they can't stand us. Because we actually actively call them out. Them and their blind supporters. Them and their blind followers. People who just believe that if you vote blue no matter who, or vote red until you're dead, that somehow something make America great again, better forward, moving better, change you can believe in. Whatever bullshit slogan that they want to sell us. Whatever marketing ploy that they want to purport is so amazing. And that's exactly the issue, Penny. I see so many people who pretend like they're so outraged at injustice. We're so outraged at the injustice. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. That's why I always say all the time, I'm in all these different groups, all these different subgroups, subreddits, whatever. They got all these tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of people. If they really wanted to make some shit happen, more than enough people could do it. More than enough people to do it. They don't want to do shit. People are lazy as fuck. People are fake as fuck. People are delusional as fuck. They believe if they keep doing the same thing they've been doing this entire time, that somehow we're going to get a different outcome. Somehow, if you keep voting for the same party and voting for the same party, voting for the same party, worshiping the same religion, worshiping the same religion, worshiping the same religion, that somehow is going to lead to a positive outcome, despite decades and millennia of evidence that all of this shit is cap. That's why I had to create the no cap zone, because there's so much cap all around us at all times. Propaganda, bullshit marketing, charlatans, scam artists, goofies on a constant basis, purporting all sorts of nonsense all of the time, every day, especially on Sundays. They love and love and love and love and love to spread disinformation, and then they like to gaslight us, like us telling and showing the truth, showing and telling the truth. That's somehow disinformation. Somehow, me showing you an article from CBS News or ABC News or fucking New York Times or NBC News, any of the mainstream news organizations, somehow that's disinformation. Somehow that's harming civic and election integrity. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm totally confused. Why is this so hard? It's hard because the powers that be make it hard. They make it disgusting. They make it disgustingly difficult. That's why I talk about the MK Ultra and the Operation Mockingbirds and the COINTELPRO and the NSA PRISM programs and the Gulf of Tonkin and all these things, all these conspiracies that were actually discovered. You know what I'm saying? The Pentagon Papers that were released by Daniel Ellsberg. You know what I'm saying? The Panama Papers. Because there's all sorts of nefarious shit happening, that's been happening. People have been getting manipulated. People have been getting gaslit. But now that we have all this mass communication, now that we have all these technologies, now that we have all these devices, we have the ability to finally begin to get to the bottom of all of this shit. We have the ability to finally figure out what is going on, why is it happening. The irony of all this, to me, all of this, what I do, I started doing what I do because when I graduated from college, I graduated smack dab into the '08 crisis. The Great Recession, the worst recession since the Great Depression, which made it impossible for me to find a good job. Where I have, to this day, not had real gainful employment beyond bullshit, menial, fucking manual labor ass jobs. And I wanted to understand why that is. Why is it so rough? Why is it so hard for me? Why was I sold all my life that if I went to college and got a degree that I could get a good job, but when I graduated, that shit still has yet to manifest? Before all of that, I didn't give a fuck about politics. I did not care at all about politics at all. I cared about girls, video games, you know what I'm saying, swag, you know what I mean. Didn't care about politics at all. And so when all this shit started happening, obviously I defaulted to becoming a Democrat. That's why, if you see my page, one of the earliest videos I have on this channel was me meeting President Bill Clinton at a rally here in downtown Chicago. At a rally for our current comptroller, Alexei Janulius. I forgot what office he was running for at the time. He lost. But, yeah, I became a Democrat. I was a Democrat from 2009 to 2016. The same way I was a Christian from 2003 to like 2006. No. 2009. I went from being a Jesus lover to becoming eventually an atheist. I went from becoming a Democrat to becoming independent with a bias towards the Green Party. Because as I showed Silk, I actually met Jill Stein in real life a couple times. So, That's why I support her. Right? But the fact of the matter is, I used to wonder if Democrats did such an amazing job, why are these fucking Democrat strongholds like Chicago, LA, New York, why do they have the dysfunctions that they do? And these aren't minor and fun. These aren't small things. We're talking about all types of violence, substance abuse problems, fucking homelessness, mental health everywhere. I watched the video yesterday, this dude on the fucking train in New York. In fact, it was on that app, Scoops or whatever, right? Now, it was a funny video, but it was a real video. It was a dude on the train in New York, and pretty much he plays all these crazy clips of people on trains in New York. Big ass rats crawling on people, people tweaking, people doing all sorts of goofy shit on the train. Pretty much highlighting how absurd it is living in New York and how being on the train in public is not the safest shit in the world. Even though it can be entertaining, but it's not the same. And the same is true here in Chicago. I've seen some funny ass shit happen on the train. I've seen some fucked up shit happen on the train and the bus and just out in public, because we have a nation full of people suffering from all sorts of conditions and mental health issues, substance abuse issues, and there's of course a lot of overlap with all of that. And then when you combine delusions, religious delusions, with mental issues, with substance abuse issues, you have a recipe for disaster. Disaster. Disassed her. Get it? He disassed? No. Democrats, like I've said countless times, in a city like Chicago, super duper Democrat stronghold. I mean, super duper Democrat stronghold. You can go to the gas station right here and get me a fucking Obama tea. I could go down the street and get me an Obama burger. People still drive around with Obama Biden stickers today. Still, people proclaim Obama the greatest president we've ever had. Yeah, if you ask them, what the fuck did he do that was so wonderful and great? Best they could do is say something about Obamacare. Sometimes, depending on what part of the city you're in, most likely the north side, somebody might say gay marriage. Yeah. Nothing earth-shattering. That's exactly correct. They might talk about something like, oh, well, he gave money to this school or these schools, or he might have did these little things. But like you said, nothing earth-shattering. Nothing that actually changed anything. You know that change we could believe in? What exactly did he change? That's why I always ask people, what was this big change that he made? What did he do that was so wonderful and so amazing that we can pinpoint and be like, yes, totally huge, like transformed our lives, made everything amazing. Can't believe, never thought I would see the day. Last time I checked, weed is still illegal federally. Even though it's legal here and it's starting to spread across different municipalities, is still illegal federally. Why? Last time I checked, wealth inequality is worse now than ever before. Last time I checked, I didn't see a single banker get prosecuted for the crimes that led to the '08 crash to begin with. They got a free pass. Last time I checked, politicians could violate all types of laws and get away with it because they didn't show willful intent. Negligence is not enough. So what changed? What exactly changed? And what are Democrats doing to change shit? What is Kamala Harris going to do to change shit? We already know Trump wouldn't change shit. We all know what Republicans do. We all know that Republicans are going to do Republican shit. They're going to try to give as much away as they can to the rich, the banks, the corporations. They're going to fucking build a wall, build more of a wall, strengthen the border. And whatever to Jesus. They're going to do all types of Jesus shit. Build more fucking private schools, private Christian schools, allow Christians to go to church and cape for politicians openly, violating their 501c3 status and not getting penalized for it. But what exactly are Democrats going to do if Kamala were to win? What would she do that was so amazing that Biden didn't do? What would she do that would be so fantastic that we could not deny that she was amazing, that she was awesome, that she is the greatest president of all time? What exactly is her vision for the future, for the American future? And how exactly does she hope to actually implement any of these amazing ideas? I posted a video like maybe a few weeks ago. During the DNC, people were being interviewed and they were asked, okay, what is it about Kamala that you like? What is one of your favorite policies that she has to offer? These motherfuckers couldn't say shit. Because at the end of the day, people's standards are pathetic, non-existent. All they care about is she's a Democrat, so they're going to get her vote. I mean, she's going to get their vote. They're going to vote for her because she's a Democrat. Vote blue no matter who. Or you're going to have people that are going to vote for her because she's a black person, because she's a black woman, because she's a woman, because she has black hair, because she's light-skinned, because something, other than because she has the greatest of ideas. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, First Amendment. Who gives a fuck about the Constitution? Who cares? Even though they were sworn to uphold it and fucking follow it and all that shit, they don't fucking do that shit. First Amendment? What you mean? What the hell is that? The hell is that? Free what? Free speech? Don't you understand? These are private companies. They don't have... Come on. No, blow it up. Blow it the fuck... Oh, wait. Am I allowed to say that? Blow it the fuck up! I don't give a fuck. In fact, that's what I want you to do. See, I'm not like all these fucking goofies that be out here. Spam shit. As long as you're spamming with substantive shit. Substance. Not just Jesus is Lord, Jesus is Lord, Jesus is Lord. No. Don't spam me with cap. Miss me with the cap. I don't want no cap. Okay? Do you see me wearing caps ever on this motherfucker? No. Even though I do have some caps. But this is the no cap zone, where we have a strict dress code. Knock you the hell off with that cap and shit. The only cap allowed around here is your thinking cap. Otherwise, miss me with that cap and that shit. Hit that like and that subscribe. Turn on the notification bell if you haven't already. And miss me with the cap. Miss me. If you don't like what I have to say, move around. This ain't the place for you. Sorry to break it to a lot of y'all. It's delusion. So, that's my whole thing. We have a delusional nation. We have a nation full of delusional people. People who want to subscribe to these ideologies. People who want to worship these political parties like they're fucking religions. They don't want to acknowledge the truth. They don't want to be objective. Or worse, you'll see people say things like, I mean, yeah, you know, I have problems with Biden, I have problems with Kamala or whatever, but look at Trump, he's so evil and terrible and horrible and terrible, so I'm going to vote for Biden. Well, now he's not. So I'm going to vote for Kamala, and then I'm going to complain the whole time and pretend like that actually accomplishes something. But I'm going to continue enabling the party anyway, so that they can continue doing things that I don't like because you're delusional, that's why. That's all they have. Pisses me off. But, if you don't vote for Kamala, Trump could win. Yeah, I know. But guess what? I don't want Kamala to win. I don't want either to win, because whichever one of them wins, we all lose. We all lose. All of us lose. Genocide. Yeah, genocide. Happening right now. And instead of actually addressing the issue specifically in regards to the Israel-Palestine shit, who cares who did it first? It's like if anybody in here has kids, I'm sure Maya would understand this. I don't know if she's still in here. You have kids, multiple kids that are close in age. Mommy, he hit me. He hit me first. What's the parent supposed to say? I don't care. Knock it off. I bet. Play nice. Be kind to your brother. Be kind to your sister. So who cares who struck first, Palestine or Israel, or they are allowed to defend us? Okay, all right, fuck that. How about they both knock it off? How about instead of just a weak-ass ceasefire, fuck that shit. How do we end the conflict so that we have a peaceful solution that works for everybody? No, everybody's not going to be happy. Yeah, I know Israel would love to just take over all of Palestine. Sorry. We have this thing called diplomacy. We have this thing where you have to actually work with people and get along. So no, you can't get all the ice cream. You have to share, because sharing is caring. Right? Isn't that what they always want to tell us about? Violence isn't the answer. So why is violence always the answer then? In fact, why is violence so much the answer that we keep spending more and more money specifically on violence? Why do we have the largest military budget ever in all time? Why do we have such a huge military budget that we equal the next several fucking countries combined? Why do we rank so low in the Global Peace Index if what these fucks were doing made so much sense? So going back to what I was saying about Putin, we could talk all day, every day about how Putin is a war criminal, all that, but let's not pretend like our fucking leaders are saints. Even though saints are kind of pieces of shit, if you ask me. But let's not pretend like these people are fucking moral, like, you know, stalwarts or some shit like that. Let's not pretend like these fools haven't been responsible for the deaths of millions of innocent people directly. Obama killed it with the drone strikes. I mean, all types of innocent people killed by drone strikes. On his watch. If it were any other country, if it was Russia that did the shit, if it was China that did the shit, everybody would be up in arms. Oh my God, I can't believe this evil fucking warlord. How dare he kill all these innocent people? But when we do it, shh, shh, don't tell nobody. You call them out on it? How dare you? How dare you say those horrible things about our wonderful former president? How dare you? Which article are you speaking of? But yeah, it's sickening that we get so caught up in the fluff, the nonsense, the bullshit, the he said, she said. Oh, Kamala Harris thanked Diddy. I guess I gotta look it up. Did you know that she went to a Planned Parenthood once? One of her biggest accomplishments of all time. Oh. Oh. Check it out. Thank you, Diddy, for hosting this town hall last night. There's a lot at stake for our communities right now, and it's critical we bring to the forefront how coronavirus is perpetuating racial inequality and health disparities. Um, to be fair, Diddy had a lot of friends and supporters before all this shit came to surface. So, but what we know is that these political parties, they love utilizing celebrities to try to bring people in because that's what they do. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Hell, they probably knew about all this shit. Right? What matters is that who cares? Who cares? Look, I don't give a fuck who endorses who likes what. I don't give a fuck if Britney Spears or fucking Beyonce or Taylor Swift. I don't give a damn who endorses who. That shit don't mean shit to me at all. It don't mean nothing to me. I don't care about none of that shit. I know that there are idiots out here that do, but we need to move away from this mindset. We need to start having the type of mindset of, how about this? Let's focus on the actual facts of the matter. Let's focus on the actual issues. Who cares that so-and-so and such and such? Who cares what Drake, who Drake supports, or who fucking Obama supports, or who anybody supports? What the fuck are you gonna do to help us? I don't give a fuck about your speeches. I don't give a fuck about, oh, we got the support of this group, that group, this racial group, that racial group, this fucking super PAC. That shit doesn't matter. What matters is, how are you going to help me? How are you going to help Penny? How are you going to help Maya? How are you going to help Silk? How are you going to help the world? How are you going to help our planets? How are you going to help us ensure we have a high quality of life where we're improving our lives, improving our communities, improving our neighborhoods, improving the world? And not only that, reaching out into the stars so that we can figure out what the fuck all of this shit is. I don't give a damn. I'm one of the biggest Jordan fans you will ever find. If Michael Jordan came out today and said that he supported this candidate or that candidate, I don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. I actually care more about when's the next fucking Jordan 14 is gonna come out. I care more about that than who he endorses for president. Because who he endorses for president doesn't matter. Who anybody endorses for president doesn't matter. What matters is, what the hell are they gonna do? What is so great about this person? What is so great about this party that they're so wonderful that they are the people we need to be supporting? Because we know politicians love to co-opt celebrities all the time. They like to seem cool. That's why we see these motherfuckers hanging out with these fucking celebrities. That's why they had Steph Curry at the DNC. That's why Harris is kicking it with Jason Tatum. I'm a Celtics fan. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn who Jason Tatum wants for president. It doesn't matter. Congratulations to him winning his first NBA championship. Cool. Dude got $300 million contract. The largest contract in NBA history. How the fuck are you and your ilk going to help us as a society? Him and Jaylen Brown. Between them two people, $600 million plus between two people. How are y'all going to help humanity? How does supporting Harris actually help us? This is the issue that we have as a society. We can't talk about what our standards are. We can't talk about what we actually want. We all need a cut. I know damn well I need the biggest cut. I need a cut like a motherfucker. I need a haircut too, but that's neither here nor there. It's super tough out here. And the thing about it that pisses me off, they like to pretend like we don't matter. And that is exactly at the core of the issue. These motherfuckers are psychopaths. They're psychopaths. They're people suffering from antisocial personality disorder. That's why when I say we have a mental health crisis, it's a crisis. It's a super crisis. Whether we're talking about the leadership or the populace. There are far too many of, and that doesn't even count the issues we are dealing with, the traumas and the issues the people, the proletariat deal with. Yeah, they totally view us as that. They don't care about us. They only care about us when they want our vote. I get all these texts. Well, I had to tell them, stop. Just stop. I'm done. Get all these texts from Harris, from Waltz, from Hillary. Please, will you donate, Act Blue, donate to Act Blue. But not a single word about what they're going to do for me. Why I should donate. They didn't say, oh, here's what we can do for you, Maurice. We can help you with this and with that. We can get you this. Maybe we can hook you up with that. Then you can do this. And then all we need from you. No, none of that. Blah, 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 blah. Trump, 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 Trump. Give us all some money right now. How about no? No. Wait, you want me to give you money, but you don't want to give me money. That's why I equate religion to politics. They want us to donate to them, so what? So what? We can continue the struggle? So that wealth inequality can continue widening and widening further and further and further and further? So that you can continue calling me a Russian bot and a fucking lover of fascism and a Trump supporter? Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Yeah, not buying it. Nigga, I'm broke as hell. I'm not buying it. Now, if you could actually sell me on why I should, maybe you could convince me. That's why I say these are the worst salespeople of all time. You're trying to sell your idea to us that you're the greatest and most amazing, that you're deserving of our vote. And yet, whenever I ask you, okay, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to do for me? Like, for me, though. I don't mean like me, like, you know, general, like me, like, individual person, just a regular. No, I'm talking about me specifically. What are you gonna do for me? Gay marriage is cool. That's cool. I'm not gay. Sorry, I'm not gay. So while I support the LGBTQIA plus movement, right, and good for them, they got their marriage, cool. That doesn't help me though. Like specifically doesn't help me. I'm not sucking cock anytime soon. Not my thing. Not that there's anything wrong with that, right? That's just not how I get down, right? So while I support helping people of different groups, how about helping my group? Cisgendered straight black men. What the fuck you gonna do for us? But yeah, that's exactly the issue, Penny. All these issues people deal with on a regular basis, on a daily, constant basis. I don't see these fools talking about how they're going to actually work to address these things, how they're going to invest in these sciences, invest in these different fields of study so that we can get more people. I don't see them talking about how we can invest in the sciences, invest in the schools so that we can, and not just invest in them, right? Not just throwing money at them. I don't mean just throwing money at the problem. I'm talking about ensuring that all the schools all over the country, and not just the nice ones, I'm talking about all of them, that they're all getting the resources that they need, because there's still inequality with that shit. I've showed y'all a video before of liberal hypocrisy and how liberals love to pretend like they care about everybody, but when it comes down to it, no, they don't. They only care about themselves. But we actually need all of these institutions to get the resources they need, but then we also need to ensure that we have the best policies, the best curriculums, that we have teachers, the best teachers with the most resources, with the greatest ability to help these kids. And then we need resources for the families to ensure that those families that are sending their kids to schools have the things that they need to ensure they can create a decent quality of life for their kids, so that these kids are able to learn. So they're able to learn properly. So that we don't have kids failing miserably on the SAT so bad that we got to switch to the ACT because it's a lot easier. Right? Now, I don't purport myself to be some genius. Right? I'm not a super genius. If I was a super genius, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. If I was a super genius, I'd be one of these people on this top 10 richest people list. I'm just some guy that just knows some things. Right? I know some things. But I mention this because I never had a problem with school. I never had a problem with the ACT or any of that shit. I never ever had a problem taking tests. You know why? Because I did my homework. I studied. I did the work. I didn't want to do it. I hated doing it. I hated school. I couldn't stand school. I couldn't stand going to fucking class. I couldn't stand learning all this shit because I didn't understand the value of learning until I got older. And that's one of the reasons why I have such a huge issue. A huge issue with school. I didn't take it as seriously as I should have. I could have gotten way better grades. But I was so done with school. I'm like, why am I in school? Why am I learning all this shit? But now I understand the value of learning. And I feel like this value is what hasn't been instilled in the youth. Why they are learning. I feel like that's a hugely important part of the educational process, instilling into children the value of learning. Not just reading is fundamental. Yes, reading is fundamental, but why is it fundamental? What is so fundamental about it? What is it fundamental for? Fundamental in terms of what? That's why I always talk about What is it we are trying to do as human beings? What is it that we are trying to accomplish? What are our goals, our collective goals as a human race? And like I say, our goal should be trying to understand reality as much as possible. And we can do that as a direct result of the educational process, buoyed by the scientific method and vice versa. The more educated we become, the better equipped we become at understanding reality. And the more that we discover and learn, the better that we're able to teach so that they can learn and discover, and that we can keep this going forward until we create a snowball effect of learning and wisdom to where we figure out everything. That's what we should be focused on trying to accomplish as a human race. Having a fucking laser focus on learning and discovery, experimentation, so that we can use that wisdom to manipulate our reality to our collective benefit, so that we can instill into children that you are going to school so that you can help us accomplish exactly that. You're not going just to learn shit so that you can get a job, right? We need to have a better focus. We need to have a better messaging of what these kids need to understand. Instead of telling them job, economy. We need to instill in these kids the greatest purpose of humanity, to understand reality. We got this ginormous, possibly infinite universe. We barely understand this shit. We haven't even gone past the fucking moon. Same here. I didn't learn anything about philosophy until I went to college. I didn't take logic classes till college. That is a crime. That is a crime against humanity, if you ask me. But it's by design. And this is why we need to instill these values in the youth as early as possible, as early as humanly possible. Because if kids understood the value, not just of the scientific method, but of their ways of processing information, their ways of understanding proper logic, how they could actually differentiate the bullshit from the truth, how they could understand proper reasoning skills so that they know, okay, this person said this, but how do I know that that's true? Okay, well, let me do my due diligence. Let me do the research. Let me try to figure out how I can actually determine whether or not this person is telling the truth or not. Because I remember when 9/11 happened. I remember being in my sophomore year in high school, sitting in English class, my second period, when the first plane hit the motherfucking towers and the special education teacher came bursting into the room. A plane just flew into the World Trade Center. That was the first time I even heard of World Trade Center. I didn't even know what it was. I thought she was talking about some shit that happened here in Chicago. I'm looking out the window like, what's she talking about? Yeah. And so I bring that up because ever since then, all these conspiracy theory documentaries, articles, books, all types of shit. Specifically, I remember the documentary Loose Change came out. Watched it. I ate it up. Oh, word, George Bush. I remember telling my aunt, yeah, George Bush was responsible for 9/11. And even though he was in the way, he wasn't direct. It's not like he said, yeah, fly the planes into the building. But no. He's responsible in the sense that he got the intelligence that something could happen and he didn't act on it because, and this is my conspiracy. This is my personal conspiracy. Don't take it and run with it and say that this is true. This is why I say it, right? His vice president was Dick Cheney. As evil as Dick Cheney was, he was also brilliant. Brilliant. Halliburton needs money, right? Private military, whatever company it was, is how can they make money? They can make money with war. And they know that if some crazy attack happens, they can use that motherfucking well, it's an oil company, whatever. They can use that the chaos, the confusion, the mayhem to convince people to engage in these behaviors that could lead to Halliburton making more and more and more money. That's why they kept saying Iraq, 9/11, 9/11, Saddam Hussein, Iraq, 9/11, 9/11, weapons of mass destruction, weapons of mass destruction, weapons of mass destruction. And the goofies of all the American populace ate it up, except obviously the people who knew better, but too few and far between. This is how they play 3D chess. That's why Colin Powell embarrassed the fuck out of himself saying that shit exactly. And as I've told y'all, this is what they do. Just like I was saying about the throwing chairs shit the other day. Same shit with that. Weapons of mass destruction. Weapons of mass destruction. 9/11. 9/11. Saddam Hussein. 9/11. Iraq. 9/11. Weapons of mass destruction. Saddam Hussein. Propaganda is wildness everywhere, all the time, every day, everywhere, all the time, every day, everywhere, all the time, every day, everywhere, all the time, everywhere, every day. That's why they hate it. That's why they hate it. You talking about J. Edgar Hoover? You talking about the person who created the fucking COINTELPRO, the counterintelligence program, the illegal program that they use to fucking monitor the Black Panthers and black activists and the KKK, but mostly Black Panthers. But yeah, that what you're talking about? Of course I already know. All day. Oh, the dude who was the head of the FBI, didn't he create the FBI? I don't know. Yeah, that's why I don't put anything past these fucks. The same fucks that thought that, oh, Colt great, yeah, totally harmless. He's just some troll, some dumb young troll online. He's no harm to anybody. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here, folks. But oh, Huey P. Newton, he is a dangerous menace to society. You know what, MLK? Why don't you go ahead and take yourself out? Take yourself out. I'm just saying, it would be a good idea. Take yourself out. Just, I'm just saying, it's just a suggestion. Just a suggestion. We're just saying, it would be a really great idea. We're just, just spitballing here, MLK, just saying it would be okay, MLK, if you just what I'm saying? Just oh, what I mean? What I'm saying? We're just saying, it would probably be great, just be wonderful if you just, what I'm saying? You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. Which might explain why the family of MLK won a civil suit against the government. Won a settlement. Because at the end of the day, these fools know that they are full of shit. They know it. That's why they hate us. Especially on TikTok. They can't stand it at all. At all. They can't fucking stand it. Check it out. Our wonderful friends at CBS News again. CBS News. MLK's family feels vindicated. December 8th, 1999 by CBSNews.com staff. The staff. What does it say? The widow of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. says she feels vindicated by a jury's finding in December 1999 that her husband was the victim of a conspiracy, not a lone assassin, and says it is the duty of the Justice Department to look at the information presented in the Memphis case. I think that if people will look at the evidence that we have, it's conclusive, and I think the Justice Department has a responsibility to do what it feels is the right thing to do, the just thing to do. Coretta Scott King, rest in peace, told CBS early show anchor Bryant Gumbel a day after the fucking trial. The jury of 6 blacks and 6 whites deliberated only about 3 hours before returning the verdict in a civil lawsuit brought by the King family, reports CBS News correspondent Jennifer Jones. They had sued Lloyd Jowers, a 73-year-old retired Memphis businessman who claimed 6 years ago that he paid someone other than James Earl Ray to kill King. The Kings were awarded $100 in damages, but they weren't after money. What they wanted was a verdict that would lend support to their call for a new investigation of the killing. Agreed. So yeah, you can read all that shit. On your own time. Oh, wait, let me read you this one part. A cover-up following the assassination of Memphis in 1968 involved the FBI, CIA, the media, and Army intelligence, as well as many state and city officials, Pepper said. He told the juries they can rewrite history with the conspiracy verdict. Yeah. So you wonder why I don't take what these fools say at face value at all. At all. Because if this is the precedent that's already been set, well then, what the fuck is shutting a little old me down on TikTok? Or Facebook? Are you sure you want to tweet that? These are the types of tweets that are, from people who usually get reported and suspended. You sure you want to say that? You sure you want to say that? You sure you want to post that on IG? You sure you want to post that? Yeah, I'm sure. That's why it's so hard. If Dr. Martin Luther King was leading literally the non-violence movement, non-violence, literally saying, hey, we are not violent at all. Not violent at all. We're going to stand here and peaceably protest. Peacefully protest. So motherfuckers come out with water hoses and dogs and attack people. We're going to not do shit. We ain't doing shit. We're peace. Don't we have the right, the freedom? Doesn't it say in the First Amendment? I swear it said it right here. I swear it said it right here in the fucking First Amendment. Something about abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. I thought that's what it said. Right here, Amendment 1. Amendments to the Constitution. That's what I thought it said. Maybe I'm silly. Maybe I'm just a goofy. Maybe I just don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Welcome back. Maybe I'm just a fool. Maybe my reading comprehension skills are piss poor, right? Because I swear that that's what it said right here. I swear that I was just showing you in the what's called the Constitution of the United States of America. In the First Amendment, Amendment 1, amendments to the Constitution, Amendment 1, Amendment 1. You know, peaceably assemble. don't know. Maybe I just don't know what the Constitution says. Maybe my eyes need more check. You know, I do have 4 eyes, as you all can see. My vision isn't necessarily the best. Maybe I'm just illiterate or something. I don't know. Oh, what were we talking about? What are we talking about, Silk? This is what we were talking about. MLK's family feels vindicated by CBS News. CBS News. I don't know if you can read that. Maybe my eyes doth deceive me. Doth mine eyes deceiveth me? I don't know. That looks like it says CBS News. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But let's go over it again. The widow of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. says she feels vindicated by a jury's finding. I don't know. Let me know if you can see. Let me know if you can read what that says and you can read along. The widow of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. says she feels vindicated by a jury's finding in December 1999 that her husband was the victim of a conspiracy, not a lone assassin, and says it is the duty of the Justice Department to look at the information presented in the Memphis case. I think that if people will look at the evidence that we have, it's conclusive, and I think the Justice Department has a responsibility to do what it feels is the right thing to do, the just thing to do. Coretta Scott King, may she and her husband rest in peace, told CBS early show anchor Bryant Gumbel a day after the trial. The jury of 6 blacks and 6 whites deliberated only about 3 hours before returning the verdict in a civil lawsuit brought by the King family, reports CBS News correspondent Jennifer Jones. They had sued Lloyd Jowers, a 73-year-old retired Memphis businessman who claimed 6 years ago that he paid someone other than James Earl Ray to kill King. The Kings were awarded $100 in damages, but they weren't after the money. What they wanted was a verdict that would lend support to their call for a new investigation of the killing. William Pepper, the Kings' lawyer, told jurors Jowers was part of a vast conspiracy involving the mafia and agents of the federal government. He said King was targeted because of his opposition to the Vietnam War and plans for a huge march on Washington. A cover-up following the assassination in Memphis in 1968 involved the FBI, CIA, the media, and Army intelligence, as well as many state and city officials, Pepper said. He told the jurors they could rewrite history with a conspiracy verdict. Yeah. And the reason I brought that up is because, and the reason why I brought this up, the Constitution, because, you know, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was leading a non-violent movement, a movement of non-violent protest. You know what I'm saying? That's why I talked about the Constitution, because it says, for just in case you didn't see it the first 10 times I said it, in the First Amendment, Amendment 1, right? It says something about, like, you know, freedom of speech, press, assembly, you know what I'm saying? The peace, the ability is, okay. It says the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances, you know, like the civil rights fucking movements. Literally the fucking civil rights movement. Hey, government, you kind of fucked us in the ass against our will. Kind of don't like that. Can you, like, not do that? And, like, give us some kind of restitution for that shit? Like, what the fuck? Oh, right, we're not the right people. It had a typo. it says the freedom of the speech or the press or the right of some of the people. Some of the people, I don't know. Huh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just some goofy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making shit up. I just make shit up all day, every day. You know me and my fucking disinformation campaign. You know I love to spread falsehoods and fake shits. Y'all know how I get down. All I do is lie all day, every single fucking day, all the time. I never show y'all anything. I just make up shit. I just babble and blabber on at the mouth, just saying dumb shit. I just say shit because that's just what I do. You know. I love to confuse people with misinformation on a constant basis because I hate truth. I hate facts. I hate the facts. I hate the truth. I can't stand reality. So I love to confuse y'all with delusion because that's how I do. That's who I am. Just a liar. I lie all the time. I'm such a liar that I'm lying about lying right now. That's how much I love lying. Whatever. Even though I'm showing you articles that I didn't write, right? I didn't write this shit. I didn't come up with this shit. I didn't make this shit up. But let them tell it. Oh, everything I say is cap. How dare I come through with election integrity? That's just how I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, silly me. How dare I think that I could just like tell you guys truth and shit. So, you know, goofy me. How silly could I be to think that I like to make sense of shit? But that's the point. That's why I bring it up, because if the whole point is if they're willing to do this, go out of their way to take this one guy out because he had the nerve to say, hey, don't like the fucking, you know, slavery and Jim Crow and all that shit. Yeah, not having the right to vote kind of sucks, you know what I'm saying? I thought we were Americans too. I thought we were human beings too. So what the fuck is up with all this discrimination shit? What the fuck is up with all of this? We shall overcome. Why we gotta do all that shit if y'all were just totally telling us the truth to help us out? If these fucks knew what the hell they were doing, if they really had our best interest at heart, then why the fuck we gotta protest in the fucking first place? If Democrats were so amazing and wonderful, why, when they have the Democratic National Convention, they gotta deal with extreme amounts of protesting? You know, if they were doing just such a swell job, if they were just doing so wonderful, why don't we all just fucking like, just agree with what they do and what they say? Why aren't we all just like, yes, Democrats, Democrats, Democrats. We love Whoa. Damn, did you? Anywho. Why? It's like, okay, Diddy, but let's use him as an example, right? If Diddy didn't do it, right? Like when he made that post, he made that video talking about, no, I didn't do it. Oh, these lies, all these lies. Then how the fuck is there video of you doing exactly that shit? Doing that shit. How the fuck a video come out with you? It looked like you. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't really tell with, you know, the back of your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you get fired on your day off? How are you getting caught in 4K? How you get caught in 4K? You why are you telling us, oh, these are lies against me, and then a week later, not even a week later, oh, we got the video. TMZ. You. 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 That was you. That was you, bro. That was your ass. Same thing with our government. Same thing with our government. If our government was so wonderful and so amazing and so true and so wonderful, then oh why, people protesting, people angry at you, This wasn't the RNC. This wasn't the Republican National Convention. This wasn't Trumpity Trump that they were talking about. They weren't saying, oh my God, Trump and this fucking genocide. He's genociding the genocide. Oh my God, we can't. No, this was y'all. Biden, Harris, Biden, Harris. Harris and Biden. Biden, Harris. Obama coming in with his goofy jokes and his fucking, yeah, Trump got a small dick, guys. Got you. Then why are all the protesters outside talking about your ass? All of y'all. Including you, Obama. Let's not pretend like you weren't part of that shit. Matter of fact, I don't need to talk, even though y'all know I can talk all day, every day, and that's what I do. That's why I do it. That's what I do. Check it out. Come, check it out. Check me out. Check this, right? Check me out. Oh, he is. He got swag. He got dope ass suits. In fact, I got this meme. Let me see if I can pull it up and show y'all, because I love this meme. It's gonna be hard as hell to find this shit. Whatever. I know, right? Trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. Fuck. Oh, wait. Let me see if I can try this. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. Sorry about that. But check it out, though. Check it out. Check me out. Airstriking civilians don't count if the drip fresh. If the drip fresh, check my boy out. Check him out. Check him out. It don't count if the drip fresh. But anyway. But check this out. Check this out. Yeah. Agreed. But no, check this out, though. Let me show you something. This is from the White House, President Barack Obama. The White House, President Barack Obama. Obama White House Archives.gov. Obama White House.archives.gov. The White House, President Barack Obama. I don't know if you can see that, right? But that's what it says. The White House of President Barack Obama. Right? President Barack Obama. President. Fact sheet. Memorandum of Understanding reached with Israel. Don't know if you can see this. I know you can. I just like being facetious. Under President Obama's leadership, the multifaceted cooperation between the United States and Israel has reached unprecedented levels. This is particularly true with regard to the security of Israel. The new 10-year Security Assistance Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, to Israel is the most recent reflection of President Obama's unshakable commitment to Israel's security. Under the new MOU with Israel, the Obama administration has made the largest single pledge of military assistance in U.S. history. The total value of the new MOU, which covers fiscal year 2019 to 2028, which means right now, we're in the midst of it, is $38 billion fucking dollars. It will succeed the current $30 billion MOU signed in 2007, which will expire at the end of fiscal year 2018. This amount represents a significant increase over the current MOU by every measure and will enable Israel to acquire additional advanced military capabilities from the United States. It includes $33 billion in foreign military financing, FMF, funds and an unprecedented $5 billion commitment in missile defense assistance. This funding will be dispersed in equal increments of $3.3 billion in FMF and $500 million in missile defense funding each year for the duration of the understanding. So, in practical terms, the level of funding specified in the MOU will permit Israel to update the lion's share of its fighter aircraft fleet, including through the acquisition of additional F-35s, increase its missile defense, and acquire other defense capabilities needed to meet its threat environment. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? I'm just making shit up. I just completely fabricated this whole shit. Just completely just pulled this out of my ass and just made it up. If I showed this on TikTok, they would have probably banned me 20 times. Yeah. Very ironic. Total rain. Rain, rain, go away. Huh. But you know me, I just be making shit up. You know what I'm saying? I totally made this up. I totally just fabricated. I was able to mimic the government's fucking website so that I could make it look like this happened. Of course, I totally schmodally made it up, right? Even though it says right here, for those of you who weren't privy, that it says the White House. This is the White House of President Barack Obama. You know, Obama White House.archives.gov. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just totally be making shit up. I don't be saying shit. I just be making shit up. I just make shit up. I don't know what I'm talking about. What the fuck do I know? The fuck do I? I'm just some loser in his mom's basement who just doesn't know shit about fucking, just be making shit up. Yeah, it was Photoshop. That's it. It was Photoshop. It was Photoshop. I Photoshopped this. You totally couldn't find this on your own at the White House. President Barack Obama at obamawhitehouse.archives.gov. You would totally never ever be able to find this. I totally just came up with it on my own. I just fabricate information. You know me. I disseminate false information all the time. All the time. That's why the government needs the Ministry of Truth. That's why they need their Ministry of Truth. Because I don't be knowing shit. I use Adobe, Canva, all type of shit. But you know, what do I know? I just be saying shit. I'm just a liar, you know. I'm just some kooky conspiracy theory loser loony. Who's gonna trust some guy in his mom's basement, right? Am I right? Totally. Who cares? Who cares? I just be making shit up. Why trust what I have to say? I'm a loser. Right? I just don't be knowing shit. I'm just some idiot. Let them tell it. This didn't happen at all. Obama would never. He would never totally have unprecedented, unshakable support for Israel, right? Yeah, never would happen. I just be talking. Who's gonna listen to what I have to say? Who cares what I have to say? I'm just some guy. I'm some loser. Losers could never ever tell you the truth at all. That's why we should discount what every loser says when they say shit. Because losers don't be knowing shit. Right? Am I right? No, this is going to violate civil and election integrity right here. Right? Totally false information. Totally not on the White House, President Barack Obama. Totally not there. I fucking photoshopped this. I photoshopped the URL too. You could never find this URL anywhere because it totally doesn't exist. You couldn't totally do a Google search at all. You totally could not Google Obama Israel aid and have the first thing that pops up be this fucking link right here, because I just totally made this up, right? I just totally made this up. Reuters just made it up. NBC News totally made it up. Totally schmodally. New York Times just making up shit. You know, I fabricated all of this shit. I totally made up all of these. I just forced AP News. I just totally, like, you know, photoshopped all of their websites, all of their headlines. And, yeah, PBS, you know what I'm saying? Totally just made up shit. Yeah, what would I know? I'm just some loser. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I'm just such like I'm a conspiracy theorist, but then I'm also a super genius because I'm able to like Photoshop all these major news publications headlines. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't be knowing what I'm talking about. I don't know nothing. I'm just spreading misinformation. I'm just spreading fake news. Fake news. I just showed y'all a bunch of fake news. Yeah, New York Times, NBC, CBS, the White House's own website. Yeah, totally fake news. Totally fake. I just spread falsehoods on a constant basis. Of course, you know me. They call me Rage the Diddler. Rage the Riddler. We'll figure out a name. Dr. Doom. Dr. Basement Dweller. Doctor fucking doesn't know what he's talking about. That's all I do every day, all day. I just pretend like I know what I'm talking about. And I just show y'all shit that don't have no comporting with reality whatsoever. I just say things and then I just try to disseminate it so I can confuse y'all. Yeah, that's it. I just be trying to confuse y'all. Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun, fake information? Don't y'all love it when I lie to you guys all the time? When I just show y'all falsehoods every day on a constant basis? Isn't that the greatest shit in the world? Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Up is down, left is right. War is peace. Peace is war. War, peace, peace, war, war, peace, peace, war. Same shit. Same shit. Yeah, I know, I totally blew your mind. I totally blew your mind. I know. I love blowing people's minds. It's my favorite thing to do. I love lying. I love falsehoods. I like fake information, misinformation, disinformation, fake news, falsehoods. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the real hood, but I love falsehoods. That's how I be doing. Y'all know me. Y'all know my slogan. Keep it fake. Keep it fake. Fake it till you make it, and then when you make it, keep faking. Why stop there? If it works, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it is broke, then just pretend it ain't broke and then it'll magically fix itself, right? That's how it happens, right? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Come on, man. Knock it the fuck off, man. It is abundantly clear what these motherfuckers do on a constant basis, on a daily basis, on a continuous basis, but that's just the basics. That's just the basics. We ain't even gotten to all the shits. I just be showing y'all facts and data. This is elementary shit. Now, how bad must these motherfuckers be, right? Where I could get on an app like TikTok, show y'all this same exact shit, the same shit, reading it verbatim. Restriction, restriction, warning, 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 warning. You continue telling the truth, we will shut you down. You continue telling the truth, we will shut you down. You keep telling people the facts and data, and we will ban you. You are subject to a fine and a ban, and you can have your entire account banned. We will totally remove you from the premises, escort you stage left, exit stage left. Because clearly the Democrats represent the left so well. So well. They are such wonderful and amazing leftists. That's why the Democrats were able to give us health care for they were able to give us universal basic they were able to end homeland wait. They were able to stop child no, Harris went to a Planned Parenthood one time. Yeah, she went to a Planned Parenthood one time. Never done before. Unprecedented from any president or vice president. Woo! She went to a Planned Parenthood one time. Clearly, that makes her super duper presidential. She went to a Planned Parenthood. You sure she wasn't going there to, utilize their services? Maybe, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I'm just shit talking. I'm just making shit up like I always do. I don't know. Come on, man. Let's keep it real. Let's get real for a second here. All I do is tell the truth. I can't help it. Maybe it's a disease of the mind. Maybe it's like a problem with my brain. Maybe I'm just insane. Maybe I'm just cuckoo. But like I said, I mean, my vision, my prescription might need some renewal. Maybe I just don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I can't see. I'm blind. I'm blind. I can't see nothing. I don't see nothing. See no evil, hear no evil. I suffer from this severe illness, right? It's called brilliance. I just have this terrible condition where I like to know what the hell I'm talking about, and then I like to not only just say things that I know, but then like show people. I know, terrible condition. Like I really need help, but I can't get health care. I can't get Medicare. I can't get Medicaid. I can't get insurance, so I can't get any fucking like treatment. Of course. See, that's why I tell you, Penny, we have become the capital of the world. We have become the scam capital, the capital of the world. You can't say that. Shh. You might offend her. No. That dress looks wonderful on you. Yeah, totally not gonna look bad in the family photos. Yeah. No. Don't worry about it. It looks great on you. It looks great. It looks terrible. We don't like it. Ew, I can't believe she would think to wear that. Why would she think that looks good on her? No, it looks great. Yeah, you go, girl. You go, boy. No, great choice. We love your style. Ew, I can't believe she would wear that. Oh, yeah. Did you see her? She actually thinks she looks good in that. No, girl, it looks wonderful. Yeah, that's our nation. That's our nation. That's our country, in a nutshell. Fucking bullshit. Bullshit. If you say something true to somebody, how fucking dare you? Wait, hold on, wait. Did you just fucking tell the truth? Get the fuck out of here. We don't like your kind around these parts. We don't like your kind around these parts, boy. We don't like what you gotta say, girl. Get your weekends out from around these parts for something bad happened to you. But we do something to you, you ain't gonna like it, you ain't gonna like it. It's always adults. That's why I always say, there's a reason why our children are failing. Because the adults are failing the children. The adults are failing. Check this out, right? Check this out as an example. Let me keep it real. Now I tell you, I'm not a fucking genius. I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not. Because I feel like if I was a genius, I would be super duper rich. I would figure out a way to get money in my pocket and not always constantly leaving my pockets or escaping my grasp, escaping my grip, right? But despite that, when I was in school, particularly when I was in elementary school, the same school that the late great Tyshawn Lee once attended before he was unceremoniously unalived, wait, murdered. Um, when I was in class, there's this thing called class, right? Where we would get this thing called, I don't know if y'all heard of this, we would get this thing called homework. I know, crazy concept, right? It's like work that they would make us have to do while we are at home. We had these things called assignments. Assignments that we had to complete. And so what I would do, right, I would complete them. And then I would turn them in on the day that they were due, right? That's what I would do. So then there were other students in my class called classmates, mates of my class, who would fail to complete these assignments. So what they would do is they would come to me, right? They would come to me and be like, hey, Maurice, can you either help me with my homework or do my homework for me, or can I copy the answers from you so that I could have my homework done too? And I would be like, yeah, sure, go for it. Here's all the answers on a fucking silver platter, and you know that I have all the correct answers. You know that I knew exactly what to do, because of course I would get mostly the best grades. Not every single time, but almost every time. Motherfuckers could fucking take it to the bank that I got the right answers. Might explain how I became the valedictorian, but that's not neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I would do these math problems as an example, right? I would do these things called math problems, arithmetic. I would complete these assignments, and they would force you to have to show your work. They don't just want you to give the answer. They don't want you to just give the right answer. They want you to show your work. In other words, they want you to demonstrate not only that you're able to find the correct answer, but they want you to demonstrate that you actually have a mastery of the skill, so that you can completely demonstrate that you understand the formula, that you understand the lesson of how to reach the correct answer, so that you know how to do it. But then they would give us these things called tests and quizzes, right? There were these pieces of paper where they would have a lot of these different questions, and you had to answer the question, right? So instead of being in the comfort of your, I know, this is crazy. I know none of y'all would know what I'm talking about. I know that y'all don't know what I'm talking about. I'm blowing your mind with these crazy concepts, right? None of you have ever gone through this ever. I know it's shocking. I know it's crazy that I would, show you these terrible experiences that I had. So instead of having the ability to just do the work in the comfort of my own home with my book in front of me, I couldn't pull the book out of my book bag. I had to do the work right there and show directly that I knew what I was talking about. Why do I bring this up? Why am I bringing up school, my scholastic endeavors, because I had members of my class who didn't do as I did. They did not complete the assignments. They did not study for the exam like I would. So during the test taking process, they'd be, psst, psst, Maurice, what's the answer to number 7? What's the answer to number 7? And I would be like, 3.5x. Okay, thank you. Yeah. I mentioned that because while I was actually learning the lesson and understanding the concepts, I had fellow classmates who did not properly do that. People got ahead because they didn't actually learn the lesson. They got the answer from me. They got the answer from me. In fact, there were times I actually got caught red-handed giving people the answers. So while I was learning the lesson, they were not. And as a result, those people were able to graduate. They were able to pass the class. They were able to graduate not having actually learned the lesson. These people go on to get jobs and start families. And I'm not talking about all of them. I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about certain few individuals. Y'all know who the fuck y'all are. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Yeah, yo ass. You know who you are. Yeah. Yeah. You copied my homework. Or I just did your homework. Because I was such a nice guy. I wanted to belong. I wanted to be cool. I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to be loved by my classmates. I really, 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 really wanted you guys to like me because people didn't like me because I was the nerd and the fat kid. Why don't people like me? Then I find out, oh, wow, yes, I'm seeing the messages. Trust me, we've already gotten past this. I've already found a solution, all right? I found a solution. It took me too long to come up with one. I have the thing up on here. I can still see them on here, but I have the stream up here now because it's right there. It doesn't disappear and then not come back like it does on the phone for some reason, right? So I can see all the from now on, we don't have this problem. The problem has been solved. See, one thing you'll learn about me, if you haven't figured, no. One thing you will learn about me, I don't know if you've realized this. I'm a very solutions-oriented person. I know, crazy, right? I actually like finding solutions to problems when I am encountered with a problem. I don't want to bicker over, okay, how do we, but what about, oh, did you say, no. Miss me all that shit. What's the solution? What is the solution? I don't care. Miss me with that positive shit. Miss me with that motherfucking negative shit. Miss me with that whatever shit. I don't care about the politics. I don't care about the he said, she said, this person, that. Nah, fuck all of that shit. I don't care about this party, that party, this group, that group, this ideology, that ideology. What is the actual effective and efficient solution? That's what I do. That's literally what I do. I solve problems. I try to solve problems because I hate problems. I hate having problems. I hate when problems come up. I hate when problems appear. I hate when problems present themselves. I hate problems that persist and persist and persist and persist and persist. I'm all about solutions. I'm all about trying to figure out shit. Now, again, I'm no genius, because if I was a genius, I would have solved every problem that I could possibly solve. Indiana is not beautiful. Trust me. Indiana's right here. Indiana's right here. Indiana's fucked. Fucked up. Fucked up. I'm talking fucked. There are places in Indiana that look worse than third world countries. You would have thought that you fucking fell into fucking Iraq after fucking 2004 or some shit. It's sad. It's fucking sad. I didn't even talk about the soil and all the chemicals that are in the soil that have been fucking people's brains up. All that type of shit. It's all kinds of fucked up ass shit in Indiana. And we're talking about right over here. Right over here. Chicago is literally right by Indiana right here. Indiana's a stone's throw away from here. You know Gary, Indiana, the home place of the late great Michael Jackson? Yeah, it's right here. It's right here. Trust me. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. I've been by. Yeah, it is. It's horrible. I've been by Michael Jackson's family's house. It is tiny. It is tiny as fuck. It's honestly amazing that Joe Jackson had this entire family in this little shack. It's like a shack, a 1-floor tiny shack, and he had all these kids in this one place. What the fuck? Holy fuck. It's amazing they got the fuck up out of there. That shit is crazy. Trust me. In fact, let me see if I can show you something. Let me see if I can show you something. Let me see if I can show you something. Let me show you something. Check it out. Y'all know me. I can talk all day till I'm blue in the face. I like to show y'all. Hey, what's up, Jay? Hit that like button, bro, if you haven't already. And for those of you who are new here, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, all that shit. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know how I get down. Exactly. That's what we do. This is the no cap zone where we have a strict dress code. I'm talking about strict as fuck. I don't give a fuck. You coming to the no cap zone, knock it off with that capping ass shit. I swear, man. Yeah, you are. You missed a lot. You know how I do. I just be capping all day, so you didn't really miss out. I just be lying. I just be making shit up. You know how I do. I just be fucking just talking shit. Lying like I always do. So, this is a video that my former team did in collaboration with the Young Turks. I'm not a fan anymore. I don't watch them anymore. As you can see, I unsubscribed. I used to watch them every day. Toxic levels of lead in soil of East Chicago, Indiana. Oh, I gotta turn the sound on. See, this is the type of shit they don't want to be telling y'all about. They don't want to show y'all.
Flint, Michigan was the mecca of bad drinking water after it was discovered that individuals living in that community were consuming lead. But it turns out that drinking water is a huge problem in other municipalities throughout the country. Now, East Chicago, Indiana is no exception. There are reports that people living in public housing in that area had to deal with extreme levels of lead in their soil.
Can y'all hear?
It wasn't until recently that the EPA decided to do something about it. Now, thankfully, we have our own field reporter, Jordan Cheriton, going to that community and speaking to the individuals living there about what they've experienced.
I was just making sure.
This neighborhood was built in 72, 44 years ago. And it was known to be built on a lead
Thomas Frank, cool dude.
Lead smeltering plants and other heavy metals. So they knew that there were going to be potential issues here. Why they've prioritized testing to the community 4 decades later is a real issue. What's normal in this region is about 200 parts per million. What triggers a cleanup based on EPA's regulations is 400.
We helped shoot some of the B-roll.
As high as 91,000 parts per million at the 2-foot level. And they just haven't seen levels this high anywhere in the country.
I was downstate at the time in Indianapolis concerning some legislative matters and everything. And then I've got a call indicating that the residents here got letters from the mayor saying that they've got anywhere between 30 and 90 days to vacate the premises and leave because of the dangerousness of the lead and arsenic within the dirt area of the property. And they had to move.
EPA right now is designing a plan, by the way, of how to go in some of these homes and clean furniture, countertop, tell you if you need to throw these clothes out, this couch out, that kind of thing.
Why doesn't the Lord help, Mr. Bishop?
We had no idea what we were living in. I've been out here since 2004, and I didn't have any idea that, the lead was as bad as it was in our units and in our homes as well. I had a surgery in 2005, which led to me being diagnosed with in 2006 with a rheumatoid because I wasn't getting any better after surgery.
And the surgery was one what?
I had a complete hysterectomy at the age of 29.
But before you moved here, I'm trying to understand, were you having any health issues?
I never was sick a day in my life until I moved out here.
Hysterectomy at the age of 29. That's crazy.
Yeah. Now, look, it's not just anecdotal. They're testing the soil, and the soil is coming up, as that guy explained, incredibly toxic with the lead. Lead is super dangerous. There's a theory out there that the lead in the air is what caused crime to spike in the 1970s. And it used to not just be in the paint, which it was, but also just come more out of the cars. Now, it's not a theory that lead is very dangerous. That's a fact.
It is a fact.
The theory is that it was so dangerous that increased levels of lead in the air led to increased violence throughout the country for an extended period of time. And once we literally got the lead out and reduced the level of lead in the cars and the paint, etc., then crime started to drop. Now, again, that could be one of many factors in that situation, but everybody acknowledges that lead is very, very dangerous. When you build on top of former lead plants, smelting plants,
And chemical
Of
plants.
course you're gonna have it. Of course you should be careful, really, really careful. That's a very dangerous place to build on top of.
I know. It's insane. And look, first I want to say before I comment more on this story, that video was just a snippet of the work that Jordan Cheriton did, and I want you guys to check out the full video. It's about 6 minutes long on our TYT Politics page. And also, it's the first of a two-part series. In the second part of the video, you're going to hear from State Senator Lonnie Randolph discuss his communications with the office of Governor Mike Pence. Also, Jordan interviews Brad Benning.
That name
who's
sounds
the
familiar.
on-scene coordinator of the EPA Region 5. So he talks to a lot of high-level officials that have a lot of good insight on this story. And again, look, I don't want you guys to think that this is an isolated case. We're obviously having problems with lead throughout the country. We're having problems with contaminated drinking water. And as you can see in that video alone, it disproportionately impacts certain groups of people, right?
Yeah,
And by
certain
the way,
groups
James,
of
to your
people.
comment about how we know that lead is dangerous, Think Progress did a really good detailed report on this. And they say if exposed to lead at a young age, children can be left with severe brain damage, resulting in irreversible mental disorders,
Really?
behavioral disorders,
You don't
ADHD,
say.
and stunted educational growth.
What do you know?
How the poor get stuck in a vicious cycle. So they're usually not building Beverly Hills on top of former lead plants, right? And so, and they put the poor there, and then they get afflicted by all these different developmental issues, and then they say, well, you see how they are. That's because you put their house on top of toxic material. So, and look, that's just this one particular case. Obviously, there's many different issues and disadvantages that the poor wind up having in the country. But here, this is at least a problem that and I'm hoping that we can fix. But part of fixing it includes putting a spotlight on it. There's a ton of news, as there should be, about Flint, Michigan, but not enough coverage of what's happening.
It was convincing, huh?
Governor of Indiana, it's not like it's not a relevant person. It's Mike Pence running for vice president. If you put pressure on him at a moment like this, he might actually be motivated to do something about it. You know, the Young Turks has a whole 2-hour show every single day.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, Indiana. But a spade is a spade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. I didn't make this shit up, you know what I'm saying? I was only just, helping spread information about excuse me, misinformation. You know how I do. You know I'm a liar. We just made all this shit up. So let me show you this 6-minute video that they were referring to. Check it out. Cause you know me, I'm a fucking liar. I just make up shit all the time. That's how I do. I'm just the fucking capping ass capper. That's why I created the total cap zone. Because strictly we are all about the cap. We don't care about truth and facts here. We love it when you spread lies and misinformation and disinformation.
A great two-part series you should check out. On the show, we often talk about how we're not the Young Turks, you're the Young Turks. And it's absolutely true. We all work together. And boy, do I have a fantastic example of that in a story that we did on TYT Politics that it looks like has had a really positive impact. It's just getting started, but now there's money allocated to a problem that we helped to point out, you helped to point out. So let me tell you the whole story. So for those of you who didn't see it, we were talking about a problem in West Calumet, Indiana, and so let me break it down for you guys by quoting the Times of Northwest Indiana, who's been doing a terrific job covering this story in the local paper. So they explain that the EPA began testing the soil at all properties in Zone 1 in late 2014 and released the results of the city to the city on May 24th. The results showed the soil at nearly every property in West Calumet exceeded the EPA's 1,200 parts per million threshold for emergency cleanup. At one property, the lead concentration was found to be more than 91,000 parts per million. So the limit for emergency is supposed to be 1,200. It was at 91,000. Now, as you're going to see, one of you guys took action on that in a second. Okay, but I want to tell you, but that's the lead. I want to tell you about the arsenic too. The highest arsenic level found before 2012 was 567 parts per million, according to the record of decision. Arsenic levels of more than 26.4 parts per million in residential areas trigger an EPA cleanup. So we've got a situation down here, and they're writing about this now, but they wrote about it in the past as well. So a little over 26 parts per million in arsenic levels, emergency cleanup. Some parts here in the area that we covered, 567 ppm for arsenic. So they got to do something about it. And Jordan Sheraton covered this for us on the Young Turks, and we talked about it in the context of this appears to be another Flint, Michigan, and yet there isn't that much attention to it. But the person who brought the attention to it in the first place was one of our viewers, Sarah Bolt Perez. You know, in the Olympics, we saw Usain Bolt doing things that drew people's attention. Now, one of you guys, Sarah Bolt Perez, one of our own, contacts Jordan and says, hey, look, we got this emergency here in Indiana. Nobody's paying attention to it. Jordan goes out there and starts interviewing people on the 10th and 11th. And at that point, there's certainly no video there at all. No one else has come to interview these folks at the national level. Again, the local paper writing about it, but none of the major newspapers writing about it as well. And Jordan did this great two-part series. You should check out the whole thing on youtube.com/TYTpolitics. It's fantastic. Let me show you a snippet of it here.
What triggers a cleanup is 400 parts per million. And what we're seeing is as high as 91,000 parts per million.
Poisoning us, and not only us, but our babies. Those are the ones that are being affected. And I feel awful that I allow my children to be in this environment.
This neighborhood was built 44 years ago. It was known to be built on a lead smeltering plant or several lead smeltering plants.
People would greed over health, and to have 360 residences demolished by January 1st. That's a huge loss to this community.
So TYT Politics drawing attention to it. Jordan starts shooting the series on the 10th and 11th. Chicago Tribune then runs a story on it on the 12th. Think Progress runs a story on the 15th. We launched the series on the 16th, and then the New York Times picks it up on the 17th. So look, everybody who wrote about it, great credit to them. This is how we do journalism. This is how we all work together to highlight an issue that has to be fixed. You see the levels that I mentioned there. They have got to do something about that. And if you do great journalism, it brings that to attention, it puts a spotlight on it, and hopefully the fix begins. And today, the reason I'm telling you this story is because the fix has begun. So here's from the Times of Northwest Indiana. Housing and Urban Development spokesman Jerry Ann Brown said Friday the federal agency released just over $1.9 million to the local housing authority to relocate residents. Now, look, there's a lot of things left to do, and this is just the beginning.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not a
right?
tremendous amount of money. But here we are.
It is
about
terrifying.
$2 million now being allocated to make sure those people are safe and relocated. Let me give you more details. Morgan, the city attorney, said she was told by HUD and East Chicago Housing Authority officials that HUD would begin making relocation vouchers available starting Thursday to residents in batches of 50. The vouchers will be distributed based on a priority system developed in a partnership with the EPA, she said. Families with the most vulnerable populations, including pregnant women and young children, would be the first to receive vouchers. Officials also will be considering whether anyone in the households have tested positive for lead. And we told you when we covered this story earlier on the Young Turks,
It
how much lead
is.
affects not only
That's why I
everybody
told
in
you it's
general,
right
but
here.
specifically kids.
It's right here,
So
bro.
that's why they're the highest
Right here.
priority. And I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for doing this show together with us. I know it's a whole new way of doing journalism in a sense, but and also using the old methods of actually going down there, finding the information, and broadcasting it to as many people as possible. Great job by reporter Jordan Chariton, but also great job by Sarah Bolt Perez and all of you out there for being the Young Turks with us and actually helping to fix things on the ground in America. So together we can do it, and this is just the beginning. We can do a lot more together. You know the
Yeah. Yeah, man. So it was pretty cool to be part of the solution. Okay? To actually be on the forefront of uncovering this type of shit and helping to contribute to solutions-based solutions-based like mentalities, because that's what we're all about. That's what it's all about. Actually addressing issues and helping to figure out, okay, what the fuck can we do? And so that's why I do what I do. That's why I do it so fervently, despite it being dead on the streams. Because you gotta start somewhere. When we did this shit, we didn't do this shit with a giant budget. We didn't get paid for this shit. Ain't nobody say, hey guys, if you do this, we'll give you this and give you that and help you with this and help you with that. It wasn't none of that. Like, at all. We didn't get kickbacks. We didn't get compensation. We did it because it was the right fucking thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I've done plenty of things that a lot of y'all don't be knowing about. And I don't brag about this shit. I wasn't even planning on showing y'all that. We just so happened to fucking Silk brought up Indiana and you're like, oh, Indiana's so beautiful. Well, okay. There are parts of Indiana that are beautiful. I'm not going to be on no hating ass, hate Indiana type shit. But again, y'all know me. I have high standards. If I'm willing to talk shit about my own city of Chicago and say that Chicago was overrated, people talk about, oh, I love Chicago. Chicago's such a good... No, it's overrated as fuck. Now I'm going to tell you the truth. I can't help it. Like I said, I have a disease. I have this condition where I can't help but state facts. I can't help but tell truth. That's all I can do. I wish I could cap all day. I wish I could cap all day. I wish I could sell y'all a dream and get paid handsomely from it. But I just can't help but say I have to show you guys the truth that they don't want to tell you. They don't want to show you. They don't want you to know. Even though a lot of this shit is publicly available information, this shit doesn't get the greatest, most widest coverage in the world. Which is why when I bring it to your attention, they say, no, restriction, warning, you are in violation of our community guidelines. You may get shut down. You might get shut down. You may get shut down right now, if you persist in stating facts, you may be subject to getting shut down and or potentially losing your ability to go live for some time, if not forever. All because we had the nerve, the sheer unmitigated gall to tell you the truth. That's why it's so hard, so fucking hard. And with stories like this, you start to see the compounding effects of everything. What do you know? When you have a poor environment, when you have a polluted environment, it can help to cause developmental issues, totally like difficulties in the brain and in your health, ADHD and all learning disabilities, which make it difficult to learn anything, which might explain, at least partially, as to why kids fail miserably, even though, of course, that's only a part of it. There's the environment in terms of the social environment. There's the home life, the parenting, the neighborhood, the safety, the values of the people in the community, all these different factors that go into people's decision making, people's ability to perform in the environment, to perform in the school, to pursue education and educational facilities and what have you. There are a multitude of issues that work together interdependently with synergy to fuck everything the fuck up, which is why we, the people, need to work interdependently with synergy to combat that fucking bullshit. So that's why I do what I do. That's why I show y'all what I show y'all. That's why I don't just tell y'all. I show you. I show you precisely what the fuck I am talking about. I don't like telling fibs. I don't like telling lies. I don't like giving misinformation. I don't want to put any spin on the truth. I don't want to tell you one thing, but really it's enough. Nah. I give y'all the facts and the data. And I show my work. I show you precisely where I got this information from. So you don't just think that I just pulled it from out of my fucking ass. That's what they don't like. They don't like that I can show you better than I can tell you. And I'm pretty fucking good at that. That's why they don't want us to grow. That's why they keep violating. You have been banned. You can no longer go live. When I go on my initial account, my Ultimate Rage 9 account, I keep looking at my live and the message it tells me you cannot go live for repeated violations of our community guidelines. All because I show y'all shit like this. Because I tell you about shit like this. Because I have the nerve to want to understand how we can solve these kinds of problems, you know, so we can create a well functioning society for ourselves. That's why getting viewers, getting likes, getting shares, getting fucking followers, subscribers, fucking patrons on Patreon, that's why it's so hard. At least for us who care about the truth. See, all these other motherfuckers, they can do so well with all of their fucking like entertainment and their news and all that type of shit. But for us who are trying to get into the nitty gritty, the nitty gritty, who are trying to get under the hood and figure out what the fuck is wrong with this car of the American politics and the American economy and all that shit, government, all that. They don't like that. They don't like it when we say, you know what? Even though this party clearly sucks ass, like really sucks ass, this other party, it sucks a lot of ass too. They both are into the rim jobby shit, you know what I'm saying? They say we shouldn't kink shame. I say, fuck that. I'm a kink shaming ass motherfucker. Yeah, these motherfuckers that like to eat ass and motherfucking blow smoke up people's ass, I say nay. Bullocks, I ain't with that shit. I'ma shame these motherfuckers. If that makes me a shitty person, then I'm a shitty person then. Sue me. Yeah. And I don't mean like literally people who eat ass. Like people, look, if that's what you want to do, cool. I'm talking about these political parties that are ass-eating ass motherfuckers. Yeah. Ew! Gross! Yuck! Ugh! These people are sick. These people are disgusting. How dare these people continue to spread such filth? They're corrupting the youth. They need to be banned. All their books should be banned from the children's library, because these children should never be exposed to such filth. Yuck. Especially, you know, lead and arsenic. Yeah, children shouldn't be exposed to that. Like, they should not be exposed to it, like, at all. Like, I mean, like, at all. Like, literally, like, at all. Period. Right? But let them tell it. No, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. No, it's totally cool. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the fuck are we doing? The fuck are we doing, man? You mean to tell me 10 people 10 motherfuckers, 10 individuals have the wealth, the net worth of over $1 trillion. $1 trillion. In case you missed it, people like Jay, who are late to the party, late as fuck, mind you, richest people in the world, the richest people in the world, these fucking fucks, these specific individuals, the 10 richest in the world, the 10 richest in the world. Now, like I said, I've been streaming for 3 hours. I still haven't done the math, but just a preliminary look, I can do basic math and can tell that all of this is equal to over $1 trillion. $1 trillion. And this is based on data as of a few days ago by the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. These 10 individuals, these 10 motherfuckers, 10. And you know the numbers shift. Recently they said this guy, Larry Ellison, had become number 4 or number 2. You know, they play rich people musical chairs, right? So one day it's this motherfucker, and the next day it's that motherfucker, and another day it's this motherfucker, and that motherfucker, and all these motherfuckers. And yet, instead of actually trying to put their heads together, put their wealth together so they can help to solve these types of problems with these different municipalities and neighborhoods, instead, this fuck Larry Ellison thinks the greatest solution that we can figure out to these problems, that the best idea that he could come up with for what we are to do is to fucking create a surveillance state, an AI surveillance state. Yeah, that's how we solve problems in the soil. Put a bunch of cameras everywhere and spy on everybody, and that's gonna solve problems somehow. Magically. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about you. I don't buy it. I'm too broke to buy it. I'm too broke to afford this bullshit. Sorry. Can't do it. Gotta pay my credit card. I gotta make a credit card payment today. So after I do that, I ain't got no money to be buying your bullshit. Even if I wanted to. Can't afford it. Sorry. Maybe we need to pursue other methods. More effective and efficient methods that will actually help solve these kinds of problems. But that's just me. But what do I know? I'm a liar. I'm a loser. I don't know shit. I just be making up shit. That's all I do. I don't be showing y'all nothing. I just be making shit up and just making all these random claims. No, I got it. Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. Wait, what? What was that? Uh-huh. Right, okay. Uh-huh. I'll let them know. All right. So Jesus told me to tell you, right, that if you just believe in him and you keep praying and you keep dedicating your life to him, that somehow magically these problems are going to solve themselves, right? These problems are going to end. They're going to solve themselves. And then you won't have to worry about anything because Jesus is the truth and the light, right? Jesus is the truth and the light. He's the greatest and most amazing. And that he's fucking the greatest of all time. He's totally thinking about you. He is totally thinking about you. He totally wants the best for you. So if you just keep believing and believing and believing and believing, one day in the far future, at some point in time, magically these problems will just automatically solve themselves because the Lord works in mysterious ways. Even though he could have done these things like a long time ago, I don't know what he's waiting for, but one day, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit are going to come down and something. See, that would be cool, but see, you don't understand. While the baseball cap would be awesome, you don't understand the value of the power of the Lord. It supersedes any baseball cap. You could wear your Jesus cross and that would totally solve all of these problems. Totally schmodally would solve all of our problems all day. Yeah, that's the ticket. We will be doing that in the near future. As always, if you join our Patreon, let me show it again. Don't you understand? I just be making shit up. I just make shit up. That shit wasn't real. I made it. I photoshopped it, fam. I photoshopped it. Airstriking civilians don't count if the drip fresh, though. If the drip fresh, airstriking civilians don't count. Don't you understand? Don't you understand, my friend? Corporations are people, my friend. Let me show you again. The richest people in the world. The richest people in the fucking world. The richest. Number one. Elon Musk. Jeff Bezos. Mark Zuckerberg. Bernard Arnault. Larry Ellison. Bill Gates. Steve Ballmer. Larry Page. Warren Buffett and Sergey Brin, the 10 richest people in the fucking world. But you know me, all of this is fake. I just made it up. Totally made it up. What do I know? I photoshopped all of this shit because y'all know me. I be capping like a motherfucker. I just be lying. I just be lying. I just be making up shit. I just make it all up. All these people are fake people. I just photoshopped these. I used AI. I used AI to invent these people. You know the mid journey is getting really, really good these days. Really, really, really great high quality AI images. So I just made all of this up. Y'all know how I do. I just be lying. I just be Photoshop. I'm such an amazing Photoshopper, but at the same time, I'm like some sort of loser or something. I'm able to just like spread disinformation on a constant basis. Y'all know how I do with the fake news. I'm always with the fake news every day, all day. I'm able to just somehow manufacture CBS's fucking headlines and their website and all these different places. All fake. I just make it all up. What do I know? What do I know? What do I know? I'm just a liar. I lie all the time. Everything I say is fake. Literally everything. I don't be knowing shit. But what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? TikTok knows better. They know the truth. They know that I'm a super liar. They love it. They love it, love it, love it. One thing I will say, Jay, is that I always say this. Why can't we walk in true bubblegum? I have no problem going to the moon. In fact, I highly encourage it. Well, my issue is that motherfuckers don't want to do shit here as well. You mean to tell me 10 dudes got over $1 trillion net worth? 10 guys, right? Elon by himself, his net worth is multiple times that of NASA's entire budget for this fiscal year. By himself. By himself. Matter of fact, I would venture to say everybody on this list, their fucking net worth is much more than NASA's entire budget. Each of these people, NASA's budget was cut to $25 billion. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I lied. Because you know me. I'm such a liar. Let me Cause I just be lying. Let me show you some shit that I just photoshopped by magic. And then I'm about to get off here. Because I'm tired of lying all day. Ars Technica. NASA grapples with budget cuts as it undertakes ambitious programs. Naturally, we have to make hard choices. NASA's budget for fiscal year 2024 came to 24.9. This represents an approximately 2% cut in the space agency's funding relative to the final budget for fiscal year 2023. It's worth noting that the last time NASA's budget decreased from year to year came more than a decade ago, from fiscal year 2012 to 2013. Wonder who was president at that time. I wonder. I don't know. Y'all know? It was those pesky Republicans, wasn't it? Yeah. It was a Republican that was in office. Yeah, Mitt Romney. Right? Mitt Romney won the presidency in 2012, and because corporations are people, so he got into office and he cut NASA's budget, right? But wait, doesn't that conflict with what I showed y'all earlier? Because I swear I showed y'all an article from the White House. Oh. All right, peace out, Penn. I'm about to get off here anyway. The Obama White House, September 2016. What? So they cut the budget for NASA, but what do you know? They were able to give Israel $38 billion. From 2019 to 2028. Which we're still in the midst of. Funny how that works. So basically we said, fuck NASA. Let's give Israel all that money. Yay. Democrats, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a great question, Jay. We'll talk about that one day. Because that's a major issue that's about to be a big thing once, assuming humanity continues to persist. It's going to be a huge issue going forward as humanity starts to expand out into the cosmos. Who gets to own what? Who gets to own this plot of land on the moon? Who gets to own that comet or whatever? Very interesting topic we will talk about in the near future. But that's for another day. But the fact of the matter is that as much as people love to pretend like Democrats are so perfect and so wonderful and so amazing, this is the type of shit that they do, that they're known for, and that's just a sliver. That's barely the tip of the iceberg. So, at the end of the day, all of these motherfuckers are full of shit. All these motherfuckers are delusional as fuck. They think they know everything. They pretend like they know everything. Yet when we here in the No Cap Zone show the truth of all of these fucking goofies, and we show them some of the most mainstream news sources, including their own, including themselves, the White House from Barack Obama, all of a sudden they got a fucking problem. All of a sudden, we got a fucking problem. So, yeah, man, I'm sick of the cap. I'm sick of the bullshit. I'm sick of people's blind loyalties. I'm sick of people's willful ignorance. I'm sick of people pretending like they know everything and that their ignorance equates to wisdom. I mean, we already see individuals that have their own private security firms, or they rent fucking these paramilitaries, private military contractors. We've seen Chief Keef come through with his own army. But the fact of the matter is, why are we even talking about tanks and weapons and, you know, all that shit when we should be, I don't know, working towards peace and diplomacy? But what do I know? I'm just a lion-ass capper. But this has been another episode of the No Cap Zone. Thank y'all for coming through. As always, we have a strict ass fucking dress code. Now get the fuck off with that cap and shit before I fucking cap your ass. Make sure that you follow me on all social medias. The links are available on the motherfucking page. Fucking join the Discord. Alright, we always are gonna do a Discord post game. Whatever you wanna fucking call it. You should post live. Or whatever. I'm gonna take a break though before that. In the meantime, join my Patreon for $5 a month. You get exclusive access to updates, behind the scenes material, fucking exclusives, you know, music, first dibs on everything. Eventually, when we get the motherfucking merch, all that shit, you gonna get it there, or you're gonna get discounts there, or you're gonna get exclusive shit there. We're gonna continue to evolve. It's all good. I got some shit to do too. So it's all gravy. Me and Silk will be chilling. And whoever else, you're all free to come through and kick it with your boy for a little bit. Otherwise, thank you for coming through. Oh, I forgot. Check out the goddamn Outrageous EP available on all streaming platforms. Check out the Furious Styles Volume 1 mixtape, which you can find in the Discord under the OD9 music section. Dope ass shit. My proudest work to date. Check it out now. Fungao, right now! And if I don't see you, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe. And knock it the fuck off with that cap of shit before I slap the shit out of one of y'all. Peace. Peace.